Was there a point where you considered, almost for like stability reasons, obviously you have great familiarity with this team, to step in and coach on an interim basis?
Joe's the best choice to do that, by a long shot.
If you don't like the results, would you think about taking over?
Absolutely not.
We did have a conversation, a brief one.
Yeah, but you know, I think the other part of it is like,
Just wanted
you know,
to make sure.
There's a lot of factors in play of why I wouldn't necessarily even want to do that. But I think that, you know, I do think that and I've told Joe this, like I'm going to be there for him without stepping on his toes.
Adrian Wojnarowski joins us once again. And Woj, you were the first to report that Joe Mazzulla would be taking over. Why were the Celtics confident that he was the right choice here?
Well, start with this. Listen, coaching in the NBA, so much of it is about being able to command the room, having a presence that's going to command respect, and that Joe Mazzulla has that, and particularly he has it with this group because he's got relationships with their key players. Even at 34 years old, listen, he was going to be a head coach in this league. He was on the fast track. This is far sooner than anyone would have imagined. But I think they believe tactically he can do what's necessary. I think defensively, especially on the defensive side of the ball, I'm told, really proficient. You saw he played a significant role with Ime Udoka last year and helping to shape a defense that became the best in the league. He's been an overachiever his whole life. He's a kid from Rhode Island who goes to West Virginia on a scholarship. You know, he's scored 17 points in an Elite Eight game against John Wall for West Virginia, gets him to a Final Four. And listen, just a few years ago, you know, he's a small college coach in West Virginia at the Division II level, on to Maine of the G League, and then into the NBA. The Utah Jazz were really impressed when they interviewed him for their opening. But this isn't the Jazz. This isn't a rebuild. This is a team with championship aspirations. And certainly, listen, this is a tall order for Joe Mazzulla. But Brad Stevens has been one of his great proponents. He hired him. He, I think, really recommended to Ime Udoka that he keep him on his staff when he took over. And so these are not ideal circumstances, but I think it speaks to the confidence Brad has in putting him in and allowing him to coach a team that they think should compete for a title.
Well, I remember back in June, Jason Tatum also had very high praise for Mazzulla. Woj, thank you so much for that insight and information.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.